Hi, Mahira. So let's take a look at your essay, see what you had to say. Okay, international business is a demand in modern times. It has become so important that it is almost unavoidable and has a lot of added benefits relating to communication, interpersonal relationships, and cultural diversities apart from strengthening a country's economy. Okay, be careful. We're not talking about international business. We're not talking about globalization or international trade. We're talking about international marketing, which is something super specific. So just be careful. Business and marketing are not interchangeable. So I'm just going to point that out, and hopefully the rest of the essay is on topic, but just, giving you an FYI that perhaps it's not. Okay. Though some people believe that this can lead to foreign interference in a country, this essay will analyze this issue using examples of Google from Google and Dubai's Ibn Battuta Mall to describe my view of how this is in the greatest interest of a country. Okay. All right, let's move on then. This world has turned into a global village where people from all over the world can not just make money, but can also present their innovative ideas. For example, a recent survey done in the year 2013 states that almost 300 startups from 26 different countries presented their devices about measuring tremors for the patients suffering from Parkinson's. This has led is spelled wrong here. It needs to be LED. This has led to effective monitoring and early treatment for the patients a lot quicker, 2 words, than the way it was previously done. All right, I'm so far confused. All right, let's move on. Similarly, the international setups have led, again spelled wrong, to people understanding cultural diversities and different dialects, which leads to better communication. Okay, a lot of the word lead, you've got it here, you've got it here, and you've got it here. Furthermore, it is, we don't use it is a way for their cognitive development and helps promoting the softer image of a country. For instance, in this place of Dubai, UAE, there are 4 different courts dedicated to Chinese, spelled wrong, Indians, Egyptians, and Persians. They have their famous arts and walls painted with their styles, and the dealers can speak in their native language as well as English. They are not just earning for their countries, but also spreading their uniqueness in a quiet manner. Okay, so check it out. I've now read your introduction and 2 of your body paragraphs, and I don't know really what we're talking about. I am going to assume that this is the international marketing essay, but it's not clear. And one of the reasons it's not clear is, first of all, you refer to it as international business. All right. And then, let's see. You started talking about this thing with the Parkinson's and the tremors and the early treatment, which for me it was just kind of, I didn't understand the point of it. It just seemed a little irrelevant. I mean, you talked about people spreading ideas and making money, but I don't know, it just kind of felt a little tangential. Like, I didn't really understand why we were going into all this detail, so I was confused there. And then here you say international setups have led to people understanding cultural diversities. So again, even your example here about the courts in the mall with different art from different countries, it has nothing to do with international marketing. Again, I mean, maybe there's some international sensitivity there and understanding that it's a very multicultural environment, but it's not related to the topic. Okay. Some of the grammar, some of the vocabulary also needs a little work. Right now I was really just trying to understand what you were talking about. Like this, for example, it helps promoting the softer image of a country. It helps promote, and I don't know what you mean by a softer image of a country. That's not really clear. Let's see. They have their famous arts and walls painted with their styles. It's also a little awkward. I'm not really sure what you mean. Spreading their uniqueness in a quiet manner. So this too, it's just not clear. What does that mean, to spread your uniqueness in a quiet manner? All right, moving on. In contrast to this perception exists that international market has brought in easy access to foreigners to a country's land, and that terrorists and extremists can work more easily and can have stronger networks than ever before, thus a threat to national security. Okay, again, if this is the international marketing essay, which I suspect it is, that's not what it asks you to talk about. It talks about marketing and how it can be an invasion and an intrusion into a country. The idea is not to is not really related to terrorists and extremists. Again, there are some problems with the grammar and the syntax here, so let's see if we can clean some of that up. In contrast, comma, a perception exists that international marketing has brought in easy access easy access spelled wrong, easy access to foreigners of a country's land, and that terrorists and extremists can work more easily and can have stronger networks than ever before, thus creating a threat to national security. Okay, again, this is really kind of off topic. Though this risk does exist, there are ways of coping with it by strengthening the armed forces and better techniques to combat these threats, not with, and there should be an H here, wait, and better technique, though this risk does exist, there are ways of coping with it by strengthening the armed forces, and better techniques to combat these threats are the solution. Okay, I would have just stopped here. And better techniques to combat these threats. Full stop. To conclude, international marketing is great, not just for the sake of trade, but for bigger benefits of sustenance of cultures and sustenance? I'm not sure. Okay. And to consider it as a harm, would lead to hostility among the nation as a whole. Okay. So, Mahira, grammar is a problem in some of these areas, and also there is a misunderstanding of the topic. I've already stated that. Another thing that I would advise is to stick to a 4-paragraph structure. And having said that, you've got a lot of stuff in favor of marketing, but very little in terms of the against side. According to your argument, you say that you are in favor of international marketing, which means that this paragraph had to come first after your introduction, and the paragraphs in favor of international marketing have to come towards the bottom. I would also like to see it more balanced, where you spend an equal amount of time talking about the in favor of and an equal amount in the against. So basically, there are some nice things in this essay. I mean, there is some vocabulary, there is some grammar that is nice, but I would like to see you continuing to work with us. I think that a good option for you would be to look into the online course, so that you could get all the information you need on how to structure your arguments, on how to create really cohesive paragraphs, on how to generate ideas. I think this will be really, really helpful for you. I hope you'll look into it, and I also hope that I will see more of your essays very, very soon. So I want to wish you lots of luck.